What is up? This is the Silver Screen Savants, episode 41. Wow, 41 already. Talking about primitive war.
What is it good for? It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good, actually. But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
I think this is your pick, actually, Anubis.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, I'd been talking about with some other people for a while to check this out. It took a while. It's actually on Canopy now, too. So, if anyone has that on their it's a app called Canopy with a K on Roku. It's like if you have a library card, you can put your library number in there and you can get all access to a lot of these free movies. And that's one of them that's on there. But yeah, so I didn't get a chance when a lot of other people watched it and reviewed it. So I figured once it appeared up on the site that Olvin knows about, I said, well, let's just do this for one of our savants and review this. And that's where we are. And Geek's here to join us. And we're going to get a lot of good input on this.
Oh, you want me to say something? Sorry. This is a pretty good movie. I've watched it twice so far. Watched it earlier this week, and then watched it today right before the show, so I could be ready to stumble my way through it, like I stumbled through everything.
I bet
I did my homework.
I bet he'll be stumbling through other stuff when we talk on the podcast stuff. But yeah, I think it was okay as well. I get Jurassic Park vibes. That's the first movie that kind of comes to mind when I see it in that style.
The thing is, like, when Samurai, when I was on his show with Rick Myers, Samurai really loved Primitive War. But he was making comparisons with Rebirth, and you know, because they both deal with dinosaurs, like you can't help but compare them because the budgets are different. Primitive War had like way less budget to work with than Rebirth. And, you know, Rick, our co-host and great guy as he is, kind of got offended that, you know, we were kind of shitting on Rebirth. Now, at the time, I hadn't seen Primitive War, so I can only go by some of the trailer that I had done a reaction to. But you know, it wasn't like Samurai was trying to really dog Rebirth, but I think when you look at it and some of the recent Jurassic Park stuff, this movie to me is like way better in like a lot of different ways. Now you might say the acting's not quite up there as you would with like these bigger actors of the Jurassic World franchise, but I like the dinosaur impact. I liked there's actually one particular scene with one of the larger I forget what they call them, but they're kind of like bird-looking raptors.
Deinonychuses?
Yes, and it's like tearing the shit out of that dude while he's still alive. Now, that's exactly how Sam Neill would describe the actual velociraptors in the original Jurassic Park. Like they would actually start to devour you while you're still alive. And so the thing about Primitive War is it doesn't hold back. It shows you this happening. It's great.
The funny thing is, the velociraptors in the original Jurassic Park are actually bigger than the real world velociraptors that they were supposed to be. They were actually about the size of the Deinonychuses we saw in Primitive War.
Okay.
But what's also funny is they discovered new raptors that were actually about the size, and those were dubbed Utah raptors because the first skeletons were discovered in Utah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just I liked a lot of that. I thought the CGI was well done for what they were using.
It was pretty good, but I will admit, in like the bright light scenes where you could see the dinosaurs, it wasn't bad, but I've seen better. It's much better than what you'd find them say on like fucking Sci-Fi Network.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It was worth the money I put down to buy the movie when I bought it.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah.
So you own this? Nice.
Yeah. It was like fucking $8. So
that's
it was
great.
$8 to buy it, $5 to rent it. And I'm like, you know what? It's just three bucks. I can go without an Arizona for the next couple of days.
I'm gonna have to look into this canopy and see.
I'll type it here, and you guys can look it up. Like I said, if you have a library card, you can just. It gives you there's a lot of new movies that pop up there. Not like every new movie, but you'll see movies that you don't see anywhere else. And
yeah, this is the first time I'm ever hearing about this thing until you mentioned it, and you were talking about what. Oh, okay.
Well, should we break down what this movie's about so people know?
I'll let you start.
So, Predator War is a 2025 film directed by Luke Spark, based on Primitive War, which I can't remember. Geek can probably confirm. Is this a game?
Looking at it, it was a book, a self-published novel.
Okay, so it's a book. Stars Ryan Quanten, Tricia Helfer, Nick Wester, Jeremy Piven, who I've recognized that name from, Anthony Gruber, and a shit ton of other people that I don't really know. But basically, you have a bunch of Green Beret platoon who's fighting in the Vietnam War, and they finally are getting out and hopefully trying to go home and get about R&R, but they are sent back out to retrieve some
Green Berets
that disappeared in like this kind of like, it's almost like a dead zone out in the middle of the Vietnam. And so they're sent out there, they drop out there, and obviously they have some like interpersonal interaction. So the platoon itself, like, there's a couple of guys. There's one guy that's a sniper that he has like some serious mental issues going on. Yeah, thank you. And so they kind of go around and do give you a little bit of depth and flesh out the characters a little bit. But they drop them out into the zone, and they're out there. They have no idea what they're going to be in store for. So they first encounter some of the smaller little Deinonychus or whatever you pronounce Deinonychus. And then, of course, eventually they come across like a couple T-Rexes, which I kind of like the dynamic of how they dealt with this, because it was, you can see how the female and male were like bonded. And so, whereas like when they first come across the female feeding the young, she chases them for a little while, then leaves, but then it leaves it to the male to like pursue them even further.
So yeah, because female had to stay with the eggs. Somebody had to take care of the kids.
Right, exactly. So she's doing a little home wife thing, and so the male does all the like busy chasing everybody around. And they're screaming, but they realize soon enough that they're in way over their heads with these dinosaurs out there, and so for most of the movie, they're just kind of like battling that. Then they come across a facility that has been doing this science research. I don't think I even really paid too much attention to what they were building, with some sort of
some kind of portal technology or something.
Yeah, that's
particle collider. It was a particle collider to create wormholes. So these weren't like dinosaurs that were like genetically grown to or shit. So we're not having like 1960s all of a sudden having the same technology they were using in the 90s. It's literally these dinosaurs are all out of time kind of deal. They're displaced in time.
Right. But they do, one of the concerns is, of course, is that they're going to start migrating further and further. So like it's almost like a parasitic thing. Like once they're there, they start to spread out. Like, I don't know how fast they reproduce, but obviously that's a problem that they have to deal with. Especially those little raptor things that are running around.
Just call them raptors for now, because they're all the Deinonychuses and the Utah raptors in the movie. They're all part of the same family.
Dicks. They're just dicks. We'll just call them
they're
dicks.
big dicks and little dicks.
Yeah. So they're there's obviously a problem with that. And again, because they have, I believe it's the Russians working with Vietnamese during the Vietnam War. Against the U.S. Americans. So like we have that kind of like backstory going on there. And of course the female played by Tricia Helfer, she's working with the Vietnamese on that project for the portal thing. And so they come across her and she's by herself. Like a lot of the people that she was working with have all been eaten away.
And I find it interesting that in the movie you find out that the character is addicted to morphine, and it's because, I mean, if you think about it, she's not like in severe pain, but at the same time she's surrounded by death, shooting, and fucking dinosaurs. If she didn't have something to just get her mind off the horror, she'd probably lost her damn mind. But unfortunately, she's now addicted to horse.
Speaking
that's funny too, because when she was first injecting herself, like there's that moment where the lead
everyone's
guy,
like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he starts yelling at her, but she's like, "Oh, it just sounds good to hear another voice." He's berating her.
And of course, then like every movie thing, they force her to go cold turkey, and even though realistic with the morphine, that's the kind of thing that takes a long time to get over. She's of course done in one montage.
Yeah,
gonna have a montage.
We were talking about the dinosaurs. So here's a good picture of them.
The Utah Raptors. Yeah, in part of the movie,
Raptors, they're the Velociraptors.
Yeah. Yeah, they discovered right after Jurassic Park release. Big guy there got a knife from one of the Vulture Squad when they jumped him, and he was able to get one of the guy, which I thought he killed the thing at first because it just kind of lied there, but then it shows up, and God, that had to hurt. You know, I mean, if it was a real dinosaur, not just CGI.
Well, I did like also, so again, like they had a nice array of different dinosaurs throughout this: Triceratops, Brontosauruses, the Spinosauruses. I like them, seeing them in the water and then coming out and attacking the Triceratops and stuff. I thought that was really cool.
I thought the Quetzalcoatluses were cool until they started feeding, because just fucking spoilers for a death scene. They were pulling guys out with their guts out with their tongue, and it was just weird because why would they do that? That's not a bird thing.
Yeah, they would just have like eaten them whole because they're kind of like worms. They would have just been like,
No, they probably would have torn to bits. Prey birds can tear chunks out. It was just weird that they would have prehensile tongues to pull guts out with. It just that nothing any kind of flying animal that doesn't eat nectar would have. And then, they had the tongue for nectar.
I was going to point out also the one problem I had with this movie, and it's one of the dinosaurs, how the bite, you hear the hitting like a wood like sound when you hear the T-Rex biting.
Oh, when it snaps. Yeah.
It's like, that's not normal. Is that normal? Or because I never
could be, because with the jaw, think of it kind of like a gator. If it is doing the snap, it is like hollow inside, so it's like snapping. So I wasn't too much about that. I think the only thing that I really thought was a little over the top was towards the end when they're trying to get back into the helicopters, and there's like this flood raptors and stuff coming at them, and all the D's and stuff. And I'm like, why? There wouldn't quite be that many, and I don't think they'd quite be that organized. Like, it's a little weird.
Yeah. I mean, you find animal packs in the wild that can get pretty big, and you always hear stories about huge buffalo and bison or cow herds and shit. But yeah, excuse me, an army of raptors is just. I mean, of course, if you start throwing logic at a movie, most movies fall apart, because like the scene where the fight scene in the cave where they're fighting off the Deinonychuses, realistically, the first Deinonychus to get blown apart by gunfire, the rest would be bugging the fuck out.
Yeah,
no animal's gonna see their buddy explode and be like, yes, let's run toward the loud thunder noises.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you have to remember the strategically stealthy T-Rex who, up until he walked on camera, was quiet as shit. But the minute the T-Rex is on camera, all of a sudden you hear the boom, boom, boom. It's like, where the fuck was that when he was coming up behind them? Did he take his stealth Crocs off before he got on camera?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably something else that was kind of funny too, though, because in Jurassic Park, when the T-Rex is chasing them, they're in a vehicle, and so like they're doing like 30 to whatever miles an hour. Or more.
Yeah, the T-Rex should have caught them easy.
Right. So these guys are on foot and they're managing to outrun it. I'm like, I don't know about that.
yeah, but don't forget, the T-Rex was nice enough when the guy threw the grenade when they ran off to stop, pose, and roar before continuing to chase them. You could give them a little bit of a head start. He was nice. Yeah. He was nice enough to give him that.
You know what's cool with the T-Rex in this movie, and this is at the end scene. It's like he wrecks tanks. You get to see the T-Rex wreck the tank cannons and all these. It's really
the only thing that they did take a bit from -1 because some of the wrecks when they were in the final phase of the movie, like they started biting these guys instead of eating them, they were just tossing them. I'm like, wouldn't they just eat them? Like that would be more convenient for them for food, just to start rather than toss them over. But I thought that was a little nod to the early Godzilla scene in -1.
Yeah. Because even if they didn't eat them immediately, say just like killing or crippling them for their babies, they would have just reached down, bite, and then moved on. They wouldn't just bite like wee.
Right. What did you guys think of the acting overall?
I thought the acting was decent. I mean, I believe they were a squad of soldiers who'd been working together for a while. The scene when we first meet the Russians, when the commander gets jumped by the raptors, how his buddies do seem generally upset when he's dead. It was all pretty well sold to me. I'm not going to say it's Oscar worthy, but I'm not the kind of guy to ask.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I personally enjoyed the acting, and I especially liked the Russian woman. Let's see what you said her name was, Trisha Helfer.
Yeah. Sophia Wagner was the character. Yeah.
Yep. So, and she was Russian. Sophia Wagner. That sounds more German than Russian, but
yeah, I hear.
I don't know.
And also.
But yeah, of the dinosaurs in the movie, we had the Utah raptors, like we saw a picture of, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the Deinonychuses, the smaller guys. It was a hadrosaur of some sort. I personally couldn't tell what it was. And of course, we had Triceratops, and we mentioned the xenomorph Quetzalcoatlus. And we had some. We also had a bunch of different sauropods. We've had the Spinosaurus. We had some Edmontosauruses. I had to write these guys' names down because I don't ask me to remember any of these. And we also had a Suka. There was I don't remember seeing the Suchomimus. That must have been with the Spinosaurus because Suchomimuses and Spinosaurus kind of look a lot alike.
It said it was shown eating a crocodile before making a final appearance in the movie credits, so maybe there was something extra.
Yeah. But yeah, they had a bunch of different dinosaurs. Some were just a few seen. Like there was an ankylosaur that was blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
I think
yeah, they had a healthy amount of dinosaurs, and I'll be honest, I didn't care for the T-Rex roar, but I'm biased. I think the Jurassic Park T-Rex roar is like the best roar I've ever heard, so it's kind of measuring to that. And yeah, sorry, it was an okay roar. It's like that's not the tyrant lizard.
Yeah, it didn't really sound intimidating that much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would look. I'll be honest, it looked intimidating, and if that thing roared at me like that in person, I probably would brown my trousers. But There's a screen between us, so I can be brave. Haha.
Well, I did like again, like the way that they utilized the dinosaurs in this. Like it was, you saw more of the dinosaurs attack each other. You saw the one female T-Rex like laying down and sleeping, which I thought that was a cool effect because they thought it was like rocks at first or boulders.
Yeah, and I like the use of lighting in the movie. The best scenes were the dinosaurs, were the scenes where it was dark. When it was bright, it was a little easier to tell they were CGI. But in the dark scenes and shit, it was absolutely perfect. And if you haven't watched this movie yet, I recommend watching it in the dark because it will enhance the movie. I feel I was lucky when I watched it first time. It's kind of dark at work, so I was able to watch it in the dark somewhat.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon the sniffling, coming down with a cold.
I like
that's never fun.
I like also how they showed the different dinosaurs as well. I think it's cool. I mean, I wish Jurassic Park did that in some of them. I know there's some, that they don't do that. You know what I mean?
Well, I can understand it for like the later movies because it's like we've already showed the dinosaurs in the first movie. Now it's time to show what some of the cooler ones can do,
Mm-hmm.
or in the more later ones. Now we've showed you dinosaurs. Now let's show you a shit we made when we were on acid. Because like the D-Rex, somebody was on something when they designed that poor fucker. Do you love me, Father? But yeah. I'm kind of hoping that they make a sequel to this movie.
I already heard they are.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. They left it open for that without a doubt. So,
but I also find it hilarious that a foreign movie, because technically this movie was made in Australia by Australians, that they depicted the American side of shit pretty good. I feel
there is a dinosaur movie. I don't know if it's subbed or not or dubbed, but there was a dinosaur movie that was coming out last year. It really looked interesting as well, and I think it was like a mammoth. There was like a mammoth dinosaur movie. I remember one of the guys.
So less dinosaur and more prehistoric mammal.
Yeah,
the megafauna.
Yeah, or something like that. It sounded interesting. I mean,
I've seen a bad one of that. It was of course a sci-fi movie. It was about a zombie mammoth.
Oh,
and, yeah, it was as bad as it sounds. Like I said, it was on sci-fi. I remember when sci-fi first came out, they actually had some okay movies, but then the quality just dipped hard.
It seems like whenever they did Sharknado, they just decided to throw the towel in. So we're just going to do this.
The fact that Sharknado got as many sequels as it did, is a sign we're in the end times. There has to be some fucking seal that was broken for those movies to get fucking greenlit.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, so there it is. So it's based off the novel Primitive War, Opiate Undertow. So that's the book.
That's that tagline. I mean, the movie is good, but Opiate Undertow, that just kind of adds something. I don't know.
Let me see. It says Luke Spark was announced to be directing the film. He pitched the film to multiple Hollywood film studios, but was rejected by each one because they considered the pitch to be too similar to the Jurassic World franchise. Well, duh, it has dinosaurs, but it's really not quite that close either.
Because it's not just dinosaurs. It's dinosaurs, but in Vietnam.
I think the other thing is what works for Luke here is that, again, had he got a bigger budget, they probably would have strangleholded his ability to use like gore, because like I thought that was one of the things that I really enjoyed was they weren't shying away from all the blood and stuff like that.
Yeah, and those gore and as much as I bitch about the scene with the Quetzalcoatl's, the gore was fantastic. The guts looked like guts. The blood was appropriately bloody. It looked good.
Yep.
My hats off to the special effects team, because that was some bang up work.
Yeah.
And even with the CGI of the dinosaurs that we said were okay. If they did use CGI for any blood effects, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Like that's how well they were able to kind of.
And that's how good CGI should be. That it should be so good that you can't tell if it's CGI.
Yeah, I agree. That's how you look at CGI in movies, for sure.
Or it should be. You know, because otherwise you end up with a situation like the fucking prequel to The Thing. Whew. So anyways, anything?
No comments, Alvin.
Huh? No comments on what?
Anything.
Yeah. Don't let the show. Sorry.
I think that, I mean, I look at it this way. What if you had less soldiers, more dinosaurs? I mean, I see the soldiers get a lot of screen time, I will say.
Yeah, but this is one of those cases you kind of need them. I feel that we had the just right amount of people time to dinosaur time, because this is not like we're in the Transformers where the dinosaurs are their own dynamic character that we want to watch and see. No, we want the soldiers there because we want something to feed to the dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, they spent a lot more time on the main platoon. So even though you had this other faction of the Russians and stuff, and even that small group of Vietnamese with the girl and those other two dudes, they didn't spend a lot of time on them. They just put them in there when they were necessary, but they didn't like waste a lot of time on them at all. They just kind of spent a lot of time with the main platoon.
They did what they were supposed to do. I feel they maybe could have gotten a little more screen time so we could know more about the characters, but as what we got, I feel they served their purpose well enough.
I'm now thinking what would be interesting is if we got a backstory to the one character, because he has a raptor claw. It'd be interesting to fill in kind of the blanks if he had a previous encounter with the raptors or something.
Well, we got a sequel coming up, so that could be further explained in. And since we know the dinosaurs are time displaced rather than cloned, maybe he was closer to the initial project than he's admitting. Maybe he's a double agent. Maybe he's a triple agent.
Yeah, I think as long as they continue with the same quality of this film, it doesn't have to be necessarily like Jurassic Park, level, but one of the problems we get with a lot of sequels is that they're usually start to get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if they do one of this, I hope it's the same direction. I hope he still puts like the same amount of effort into the quality that he's trying to put out there, because he did a good job with this film overall.
Yes, he did a very they did. Everybody on this movie did a good job. The director, the actors, special effects team. It takes a bunch of people to make a movie good, and I feel this is a damn good movie.
Hmm.
I wish I would have been able to see it in theaters. Is the kind of how good it is.
To my knowledge, it was only a limited run cinema movie.
It was like, I think I actually looked for it and it wasn't anywhere near me at the time. I was like, this.
Our buddy Entertainment Headquarters got to see it in theaters, I believe, and it was in the UK. I don't know where else.
I think I heard about some places here in Vegas showing it, but don't quote me. My memory isn't the best.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, excuse me. But yeah, you mentioned Jeremy Piven. He usually plays a bunch of different side characters because like he was a valet in one of the Rush Hour movies. I think the second one.
Yeah, so let me see. He was in Judgment Night. I remember that one from '93.
He was in the Jackass stuff.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Jackass, so he could have been.
Kiss the Girls.
Yeah, I remember Kiss the Girls, but it's been years though.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, he's been in quite a few things. Smoking Aces, I remember that.
Smoke him if you got him.
Edge of Tomorrow, there with Tom Cruise. And I mean, there's some other stuff, but those are really kind of the main ones. And he's done a lot of TV too, so you probably see him in various TV shows.
If you watch a lot of TV shows.
Yeah.
Whew.
Exactly.
Yes, because it's not like anybody here would watch a lot of TV shows or nothing or movies. No, why would we waste our time? Ha ha ha. But
all right, well let's see. So what would you like to see happen in the sequel?
Good question.
Further explanation of just how the super collider and works, like, and why specifically did it bring in dinosaurs? Because if it's a time displacement thing, why didn't we get like fucking ancient? I'm just gonna say Vikings just to say a time period, not saying that they were freaking Norsemen stomping around Vietnam at some point. I mean, considering how far they sailed, they probably were.
You know, you just can't give me an idea for an interesting movie. If Vikings fought dinosaurs, it would be interesting just to see.
I mean, they did. You forget the laser raptors?
Yeah, I mean, you do make a good point because with the time displacement, you can bring in anything. It would also bring in future. So
cyber dinosaurs.
Well, no, but like, let's just for shits and giggles, like Terminators. Like, what if technology got away from us in the future, like it would in Terminator, and then all of a sudden we have an influx of robots coming over and just starting to light us up.
Primitive War 2. Now we had Terminator. Now it's Vietnam versus dinosaurs versus Terminators.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Third movie is when the not predators show up in the series, just goes completely off the rails.
Wasn't there a series where they had dinosaurs with like weapons on them, like armor and stuff?
There was a cartoon series called Dino Riders. I used to have some of the toys.
That might have been it. There was some show or cartoon that was dealing with that where they would.
Yeah, because I remember how it worked. Because like the good guys were like new age hippie type guys who bonded with their dinosaurs in brotherhood, where the bad guys just fucking strapped on things called brain boxes to dominate them. And of course, the hero rode on a nice peaceful a brontosaurus when that thing actually existed. Tells you how long ago this fucking was.
Okay, so
and the bad guy was riding on a T-Rex.
Yeah, so there was a series back in the early 2000s called Dinotopia. It was based off a book series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember reading the series when I was a kid.
Yeah, so that was similar to what they were doing with taking weapons and armor and riding around on them.
And
you were thinking you were thinking like just armor and shit. Now I was going like this with the sci-fi bend that Dino Riders had.
Dinotopia was also a sci-fi miniseries at one point.
Yeah,
only like
there was
3 episodes.
There was also a series called Dino Saucers where it was alien dinosaurs who also had the ability to transform into dinosaurs.
It's kind of like Transformers.
Yeah.
No, less like Transformers because they weren't machines. They were like biological. They were just like it was like de-evolution kind of.
Mm-hmm. Geek's right. I know that Dino Saucer thing.
Yeah. I remember watching that all the time when I was a wee sprout.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Like, if for the sequel, what if they could develop a language to communicate between the dinosaurs and the humans?
Oh, no.
I don't see that happening because while yes, raptors are intelligent, they're not like we have a society type of intelligence. It's more like a pack of aggressive predatory parrots.
And then you're going down the road of Chris Pratt's character in Jurassic World. So like I wouldn't touch that. That's just gonna be too similar to what they're trying to do over there.
What would you like to see for a sequel?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, I'd like to continue with the war raging. Obviously, the dinosaurs would still be like procreating and basically spreading. Like I said, maybe we can't keep up with them in terms of scaling back their numbers. So again, we know the T-Rexes, they lived. We saw them at the end of the movie. I don't know. Like, it'd be hard to say. Like, maybe have them make it to different cities, like somehow expand into different cities. There, of course, we have to deal with one thing I didn't like about. I think it was Evolution or whatever it was. Not the last Jurassic Park, but the one before was. You had dinosaurs walking around in the winter, and I was like, I don't think that's going to work. They're cold-blooded by nature, so I don't think that will work. But if you bring these dinosaurs into like warmer climated countries, that'd be kind of cool. Like whether it's Saudi Arabia or whatever, just have them kind of start spreading around and attacking cities and stuff. I think that'd be kind of cool.
So the book. Okay, so. At the end of the book, this is just what happens. I'm just going to read this. Stalker Force, which is an organization, they find the final Utah raptor nesting ground abandoned as revealed. The raptors have found a way to escape. Maybe because I was reading like summary off Amazon or whatever, what the second book kind of entails, and it does kind of entail the Utah Raptors, like the hunt for them or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe that's where to go. I don't know. Just a theory.
Yeah, we do not want the giant murder chicken with sickle toes that have the ability to open doors to get out in the wide world. That might be a bad idea. Just saying.
All right. What do you want to go into? Final thoughts and ratings?
Yeah, sure. Unless you want to pontificate more about dinosaurs.
We'll let Geek go first. He's the guest.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm not going to say that this movie is an Oscar winner, but this is a damn enjoyable movie. Put your feet up, get a popcorn, get your favorite a friend to watch movies with, and sit back and enjoy this about. See, how long was this? Come on, Mouse, you work.
1 hour, 33 minutes.
Yeah, hour and a half. It's an hour and a half movie. You're not losing much your life here. Go on, enjoy yourself. You will not be disappointed unless you don't like war movies or dinosaurs or violence. I give this a solid recommended from one nerd to all the other nerds.
So what was the number out of 10?
Yeah, he's asking for a number.
My apologies. I would give it a good 8 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I really enjoyed this. I haven't seen Rebirth yet, but from everybody I've talked to, it's like night and day. Like this is so much more better than that film, and I mean, I'm not too surprised. I think they're just kind of bleeding blood from a stone with the Jurassic Park stuff right now. But I really enjoyed this. The CGI was better than I thought it would be, which is good. That's always a plus. The gore effects, amazing. Acting was decent enough. I didn't really get annoyed by any particular character. I thought they did a nice job with that. A good plot, good story. Overall, I think I would kind of be right there with Geek. I'm at like an 8.5 in terms of a rating for this.
I think for me, I'm about. I thought this was okay as well. There are times where it's iffy to me. Where do I like this movie? Do I not like it? I feel like I am about around your guys' range, 8.5 to 9, personally. I think Entertainment Headquarters and Anthony Jordan and Big Bad Wolf, I think they put theirs around 10 or so, I believe. I didn't watch their reviews much of it because I wanted to go in my own, direction.
Oh, yeah.
Out. Mm-hmm. So that's why I say it like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really watch their stuff either because I didn't want to spoil anything before I watched it. But I don't know if I'd quite rate it that high. But certainly 8.5 is decent. It's certainly better than like the last couple of Jurassic Park films that I saw. Not Rebirth, not included. But as far as like something that's been done on a lower budget and more independent film, I thought they did a really, really good job with this, and it was fun. Like, it was really fun. So no problems for me on this film, except for like just the minor stuff that you would usually get.
The Tyrannosaurus also is this picture,
mm-hmm.
And it's different for a design, I will say. Normally, when I look at Tyrannosaurus, I think a little bit bigger in the.
I do think this is interesting.
You see the dude next to him. He's the blurry thing next to the dinosaurs' ankles. There, he's that's a pretty good size for T-Rex.
Yeah, and I also think that was interesting because if you look at the picture, the back of the head looks like it has like hair or something.
That's what
the female doesn't have that.
Yeah, but like you remember the babies, they kind of looked like they were almost like feathery, and I thought that was kind of weird because they probably shouldn't have that. But then again, maybe he was just trying to mix it up with the type of dinosaurs they were.
I know I can actually see that because when they're born, they have the fluffy down on them.
Hi, Tony.
The fluffy down. Hey, Tony. The fluffy down on them, as babies, and as they get older, that down just kind of sloughs off until the males are left with the little comb on the back of their head. The females are bald.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would expect that with the more like birdie looking things, but not really so much for reptiles. But then again, it's not like a major issue. I just thought that was kind of odd.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense to me.
And that's all good. I'm so high, I was about
to wave. This is Anubis' partner for Ghouls at Midnight in the chat.
Why'd you have to say that out loud, man?
Damn, I want to join in. I want to be a part of that podcast.
Oh, well, if you haven't seen our review for my last pick for Jimmy and Stiggs, Tony's saying anybody that's uses substances for recreational or medicinal, check it out because there's a lot of colors going on, a lot of craziness. It's like a wild ride.
You want a movie to watch while you're buggered, Color Out of Space with Nicolas Cage.
I was buggered out seeing that sober, so yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
fucking
that
great
was a
movie.
wild movie. That or like something like Mandy is very good to watch.
I started watching that, but I had to stop watching. I can't remember why, but I got to start watching that again. I'll sit with my roommate, so we're both appropriately horrified together.
Oh,
Yeah,
the one I did just start one of the zombie franchises at Entertainment Headquarters. He reviewed the newest one. I did start the 28 Days franchise. The
Oh, yeah, I
first-
saw you
I've watched
posted.
the first two, but I haven't watched the newest one yet.
Yeah, I haven't got
if you have
ones.
Netflix, the newest first one's on there.
I might give it a shot
Oh,
later.
28 later.
I started an old tokusatsu movie series, the Daimajin trilogy. I want to.
That's a good segue because you can tell them what you did the other day with it if you want. Anubis. Sorry, Anubis did something with Daimajin the other day.
Yeah. Yep. That was with Jake Hall for my Kaiju Unlimited series.
It broke down the character basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was fun.
Hey Tony, you didn't derail nothing. We're about to wind down anyways.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we are.
You want to go through upcoming content?
Sure. You want Geek to go first, or does he put any content out?
I don't put any content out myself, but in 2 weeks from today, we're me and Elvin are having the third episode of our Tokusatsu review series. Where we'll be reviewing episodes 9, 10, 11, and 12 of the series Kick Hider.
Cool.
Yes, that is going along really good. I was telling Geek, I feel like we'll probably bring Anthony on, Anthony Jordan, Movies and Gaming, all that cool stuff to join us when we do our series after. Let me see if I can't put a picture of that. So, because I've already got the next series. Me and Geek have already discussed what we're doing also. So he's well aware what we are running with after Kikaider.
Well, as for me, tomorrow, I'm joining a bunch of people to do Into the Darkness with Kevin Lambert of Entertainment Headquarters for the franchise coverage of the Exorcist franchise. So we're going to be talking all things Exorcist. Going into next week, I have AFA with Samurai and Rick as we break down the movies that Rick has seen over the course of the month. Some of them I've seen, some I haven't. Then for Ghouls of Midnight, for me, I'm doing a movie pick called Pater Noster and the Mission of Light.
Okay,
and then Tony
has,
so Tony has a movie called Together. I think that came out last year. And then going into Thursday, I have my next Kaiju Spotlight with Anthony Jordan, go to speak with Godzilla -1. And then at the end of the month with Neko, I have the top albums of the month that I've listened to for rock and metal. And so that's pretty much what I've got coming up.
Busy schedules.
Yeah. Keep them busy, as they say.
Yep. Got to make
Here
that dollar.
go.
Go to make your nut, yo.
I'm gonna have to check out this canopy thing. I've got.
And one thing before I go, if one more little teaser. If you want to see the kind of stuff we're reviewing on that Tokusatsu show, let's see. Here we go. I'm just gonna give you this image and say nothing else, and hope it draws you.
Comedy relief character.
No, don't say nothing. Let that image draw them in. If it works, we'll make bank. Otherwise, I may have just made the biggest mistake of our career.
Oh shoot! I put it at the wrong thing.
Uh-oh.
Wait, yeah, it's fine. All good. This is what we were doing for our next change.
Well, you just changed the background and
hold on, I'll fix it.
You need to put it as an overlay.
Yeah. My brain is shot.
Or share like a picture like I did.
Yeah. There we go. If it loads. There we go.
Space Sheriff Gavin.
Gavin.
Yeah.
Gavin.
Basically, it's your monster of the week kind of deal, but he's a sheriff from outer space. Think I was about to say Green Lantern, but instead of a ring of will, he has a lightsaber and metal armor.
That's the Blu-ray. So it's like that.
It's a really interesting series. It is better than I describe it, but as we all know, I can't describe things worth their shit.
And then also, like I've discussed with Geek, maybe the other series is the Guyver.
Yeah, the movie series. There's also an anime. If we want to go into that, if we're gonna do the Guyver, because it is a good series. Kitty.
Tony, they have it. Gavin is on Tubi for you guys that if you want to check it out. In fact,
yeah. Tony, if you've never heard of the Guyver, definitely look at it. The first movie has Mark Hamill in it. It is really good. The second one is even better, though that was more direct to TV vibes in the first movie.
Come on, get out of it.
Hey, I'll let you read that comment.
Yeah, see, he's seen the Guyver.
Oh.
No. Oh, I can't describe the insider comment.
Good thing I have an Anubis.
We need to end this, but
Anubis. I don't know. You see, he complained so much about a lot of my picks half the time, except for the last one he loved. I didn't even love it that much as he did. But yeah.
Before I forget, also I can tease what is next month. First of all, I keep on forgetting that. Also now. Oh boy. Is this it? Hold on. I want to make sure I'm doing this right.
He's on top of his game tonight, folks.
He's always on top of his game. It's
Me?
why he's a boss.
I see that snazzy Godzilla figure up there.
Mm-hmm. He said it to me.
Oh, no. They say he's got to go Godzilla.
BOC.
I think we'll get, I know for a fact with this next one, Anthony Jordan will be joining us. He said he'd be down for this franchise, the first one.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that supposed to be, aren't you guys supposed to be doing that on March 21st?
Yep, I believe.
Cool.
So,
I'll be, and if I recall right, I'm going to be part of that show too.
Yes, you are.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay! I get to do things.
Maybe Tony might want to join us for that one, since he's horror and it's his specialty as well. Anubis and Tony both love their horror movies.
No. Tony, like he's flaky. You know, you can't trust that co-worker of mine. He's flaky.
Well, I mean, he's clearly. If you look at his a profile picture there, he's clearly a zombie. So if he's flaky, it means he's been dead quite a while. You need to moisturize your undead, man.
His specialty is comedy. Also, you got to see him on camera because he's full of some funny quips. I've seen stuff on Anthony Jordan's stream where Anubis and Tony just go back and forth like it's just too funny.
I look forward to it. Yeah. I know words. I can speak.
Oh, I'll moisturize you, baby. Come here.
But yeah, well, me and Geek will see you in 2 weeks on Henshin Revolution episode.
I will say this, just real quickly, because I mean, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't talked to Sean, but initially he was talking like next August for the movie that Tony and I were in with him. But then recently he posted that it might be as early as May. So you might be seeing that movie earlier. But I'll have to confirm with Sean because he says everything's kind of going smoothly in terms of editing and getting the movie put together. So
are you saying you want to do a review of it on like Savants?
well, I don't know if I would do a review because the fact is I was in the fucking thing. But you know, I know that I'm going to be interviewing Sean. I know Tony's going to be there for that. So we'll probably talk about that film, but that'd be like a separate thing.
I had asked if I could do an interview with me, you, and him also at one point.
Well, I mean, you could probably join us if you want when we go to do it. I just have to wait and see when he's ready and when the movie's going to be actually released. But
it's a 10.
It's a 10. I said 10.
It's a team.
It's a 10.
Night of the Axe was a 10 with Tony in it.
I haven't even seen the movie yet, and I just heard about it today, but it's clearly the best movie ever made.
No, look up
Tony's death is the best in that film.
It's on Tubi, Geek, if you want to check it out. Night of the Axe.
Okay.
Night of the Axe.
It's a slasher, of course. But
And Tony.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a romantic comedy with a name like that.
Thanks.
Well, it could have been if you think about the Axe Men spray, you know, so Night of the Axe. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this show's getting out of control now.
We'll see you next time on. We'll see you for Henshin Revolution in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.